Yeah, the car does that every time it starts. What's going on, guys? This is Brendan Legaitis here. I'm here with my 1996 right-hand drive E36. I'm here with East Coast Garage. We're checking it out today. Give it a watch.
There's a lot of right-hand drive cars around here, but they're all like JDM cars, Toyotas, Hondas. Yeah, I haven't seen a right-hand drive BMW around here at all. Have you?
No, I have not. No, and that's like the cool part about it. Like I love being different.
Yeah.
My wife says it a lot. It's because I'm Aquarius that I just like being different. Having something that is so well known, everybody knows these cars. They're everywhere in that grand scheme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're definitely dwindling down compared to where they were, I would say, like 8 to 10 years ago. But for the most part, you see these cars, you know these cars.
Oh yeah.
So seeing a right-hand drive one, you can't even put it into words. Like there's that really funny moment. I was at a car meet Friday night, and there was a guy that had an E90. And he literally he walked up and he's like, oh, an M3, which it's not an M3, but he was like, because it has an M3 kit on it. He's like, oh, an M3. And I was like, yeah. Or I didn't say that, but I was like trying to hype him up on it. And then he like realized it was right-hand drive. He's like, oh my God. He didn't notice it was right-hand drive at first. Like when he saw that, he like went off the rails. It was just like, this car is slapping on cars around here. And I was like, dude, like it's nothing fancy. It's just a right-hand drive car. But you just don't see them. They're just not common.
Right.
If it was something that, if it was a Skyline, or if it was like even a Crown, or any of those JDM that are like well-known cars, you see them, but like they aren't as like mind-blowing to see.
Yeah.
As opposed to like something like you see like this is like, holy cow. And the cool part about it is it's exactly the same. There's nothing different about it besides it being from there to here. That's it. That's cool. Literally the only difference.
Yep. That's awesome, man. So let's talk about the wheels real quick. Yeah. I love the way that they fit in there. Did you have to roll the fenders?
I did have to roll the rear fenders. The front, it's not low enough to need to be rolled yet, so I haven't done it. But I also want to put a bigger tire on it.
Okay.
So I wonder. That's why right there. It's really rough. It's on a 215/35. I want a 215/40.
Right.
Because the 40 is just a little bit more cushiony.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bend the wheels or crack the wheels either.
Right.
They're Team Racing Dynamics, I think is what they're called. Or Team Racing Motorsports, something like that. I recently just got them. I painted them. They actually rubbed so bad in the rear that it looked like a big curb rash because it just like rubbed the wheel. So that's why I painted it white.
Oh, okay.
It's because I didn't want them to have that road rash anymore.
And so did you roll the fenders?
No,
or?
Julian Lightbody. He's really good. He does lots of rolling fenders. He does lots of other work too. He actually is my tire guy too. I go to him to get my tires vented as well.
Right on.
He's really awesome. He'll help you out wherever you go, wherever you are.
And where's he located?
He's in the Virginia Beach area.
Okay, cool. What would you tell someone that's looking to buy an E36? Because this is pretty much the same car, but it's just right-hand drive.
Correct. So they're really easy to work on. Don't be scared of it. There's a lot of information on these cars online.
Okay.
You can. I was telling you earlier. You could literally pull this car apart and put it back together with one YouTube channel. That's how many YouTube channels there are that make videos on these cars, that make how-tos, what to do, how to do it, how to properly do it, how to improperly do it. There's so much out there that you can learn.
Right on.
But the easiest thing though to look for though, if you're just like straight up getting into one, cooling systems, rear subframe cracks.
Okay.
Besides those, like the engines are pretty stout. There's nothing really to worry about.
Right.
Keep up with your oil changes. Do the regular maintenance. When you do the cooling system, do all of it at once. Remember the cars are 28, or this car is 28 years old, so it's almost 30 years old. Rubber hoses crack, coolant hoses crack, little leaks like that. You just have to worry about those. But like, for the most part, follow the guides. Use the right coolant, use the right parts. Don't buy everything off eBay. That's one thing I guess you could say matured with the 46. Was I bought 90% of those parts off FCP. Okay. Because you're getting the right parts, you're getting guaranteed parts. Before that, I was Rock Auto, eBay, etc. And I get wrong parts left and right. And it makes things last so much longer. You're down longer. Now that I have it daily, it's a little bit easier to be down, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it's still not a great thing. Like when you want to drive it, you want to drive it.
What are your future plans for this car?
Honestly, I just want to drive it. So I really want to like rip the whole thing apart, and get it to be a dailyable car, which not that it isn't now, but I want to not have to worry about anything about it. I want to reinforce the subframe. I would like to just pull the motor and redo all the gaskets. It's only got 108,000 miles.
Okay.
Which, being at 96, that's not bad.
That's super low.
It's actually got less than my wife's 1 Series, and only 30,000 more than my GTI a 2019 GTI that I just recently purchased in January.
Nice.
So it's like, this is like, it's pretty stout in the grand scheme. So I really just want to drive it. Really, I do want to do I wouldn't mind swapping the motor eventually. This is a forever car. I don't ever see myself getting rid of this thing.
Okay.
I can't. The deal I got, the story that I got it for, there is no way I can ever replicate that. I saw this E36 posted, and he said no trades, and I was like, I totally understand no trades. So I actually found a guy willing to buy my car, and I had it listed for pretty high. I had it for 65. It had 220,000 miles. It was a 330 5-speed. It wasn't anything fancy. That was the best part about it, was that it was a 330 5-speed. And I ended up trying to sell it to this guy, and he was beating around the bush and making excuses, and he ended up the day before he was supposed to buy it, he was like, yeah man, I'm going to the bank to go get the loan. I'm like, wait, you're getting a loan for my car? I was like, dude, this is a 20-year-old car, you can't get a loan for that. So he still tried, and he obviously couldn't. And I hit the guy back up for the 36. I was like, guy, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to square one. The guy that was trying to buy my car can't. He was trying to get a loan for it. So I just gotta go back to square one. He's like, dude, let me think about it. I might trade you. And I was like, oh gosh, no way you'll trade me. Because that'd make things easier on both ends. He needed to get rid of it. He had it listed for months and months and months, couldn't get rid of it. But he didn't drive it, and he needed the money, truthfully.
Right.
And he made the decision 3 hours too late is the easiest way to put it. By the time I would have driven down, the banks would have been closed, and in North Carolina you have to get the titles notarized to get a title.
That's always been super annoying for me selling cars.
So I had to wait until I got off, because I was actually off work that day that I could have went, and I had to wait another 48 hours because I started midnight shifts Sunday at 10 p.m. and I was off at 6 a.m. and I was going to get off at 6 a.m. and go straight to him. But this was Saturday that this was that we made the deal. That entire 2 days that he hadn't, that we had to just null time just to wait, I was stressing that he could have just ghosted me, just completely just backed out of the deal at 100%. Anything could have happened. So I was extremely happy that he didn't. So we drove down there. I pulled up nose to nose. We pulled my box out of my car, put it in his car, which was now my car, and that was it. I had a car.
Nice.
It was that simple. We drove to the bank. For the first time me driving, it was me to the bank.
That's awesome.
I didn't even test drive it.
We had some technical difficulties with the microphones at some point, and the audio didn't record the rest of the footage. Brendan is doing a T56 manual swap soon, so we'll come back after he's done for another ride and interview.
Thank you guys for checking out my E36. Again, huge shout out to East Coast Garage for featuring my vehicle. Find me on Instagram at Log Slides. I actually have a YouTube channel, the same exact name, Log Slides as well. See you guys next time.